Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you, to all our senior dignitaries, to our delegates and our officials. On the behalf of Cube Highways, I am delighted to welcome you to the Global Convention on Coal Central Plant Recycling that's organized by Cube Highways, Cube Tech, and Mine, which is an innovative center for Cube Highways. It's supported by IIT Madras and NHAI. It's also partnered by WorldGun Group, IOCL, OMS India, L&T, and Bitcall. So first of all, I would like to thank for each one of you for making a part of this event by gracing the occasion with your presence. Today we gather to explore cutting-edge CCPR technology from strategic planning to seamless execution, addressing challenges, and fostering solutions for sustainable infrastructure development. This event is not just about sharing knowledge, it's about capacity building for a sustainable future. I'm also pleased to inform you that this convention is being streamed live on our website and LinkedIn page. You can share the QR codes available on your tables to share this link with anyone who may want to join the conversation virtually. To formally begin, may I invite Dr. Harikishan Reddy, Chairman of Cube Highways, to extend a warm welcome to our dignitaries with our bouquet presentation. First of all, with a huge round of applause, we would like to invite on stage Shri Santosh Kumar Yadav, Chairman of NHAI. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to please put your hands together. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion. I also invite Shri Sanjay Nirmal ji, former Special Secretary MoRTH. Very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Moving ahead. So as we begin, of course, we all know, as per our Hindu tradition and mythology, we will now commence the event with lighting of ceremonial lamp. Symbolizing knowledge, enlightenment, and prosperity, I humbly invite our esteemed dignitaries to the stage for this auspicious moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in wishing for success of today's deliberations and collaborations as we light the lamp. Thank you so much to all our esteemed dignitaries for this ceremony. With this, I'm sure we all have heard of this very important shlok, Vaktatunda Mahakaya Surekoti Samaprabha Nirvighna Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. So with the blessings of Lord Ganesha, we begin this event. And once again, I thank you so much. This auspicious start sets the tone for an enlightening day ahead. So as we move ahead, it's my privilege to now invite Dr. Harikishan Reddy, Chairman of Cube Highways, to deliver the welcome address. Dr. Reddy's visionary leadership has been instrumental in transforming infrastructure development through innovative and sustainable technologies like CCPR. Now, I would like to give a brief introduction about him, as he is the Chairman of Cube Highways Advisor, a leading entity in road operations and maintenance within the highways and infrastructure sector. With over 2 decades of professional experience, he is widely recognized for his expertise in traffic engineering and transportation planning. Playing a significant role in shaping India's transportation infrastructure, Dr. Reddy holds a Ph.D. in Transportation Systems Engineering from IIT Kanpur. He is also the founder of VR Technish, known as the Cube Highways Technologies, a consulting firm. dedicated to delivering specialized solutions for the highway sector. His network analysis and operational efficiency, his technical expertise encompasses intersection design, signal management, capacity and service level analysis, and queue length evaluation at signalized intersections. Dr. Reddy has developed a scientific methodology for origin-destined travel, demand matrix estimation from link volume counts and marginal trip totals. His pioneering work includes the application of fuzzy linear regression models for trip generation and route choice modeling in the face of uncertain information. Our visionary leader, Dr. Reddy, drives Cube Highway's commitment to sustainable O&M practices, operational excellence, and innovation across India's transportation system. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Reddy, Chairman of Cube Highways, to the podium. Please put your hands together.
Thank you. Distinguished guests on stage, Chairman Sir, NHAI. It is okay. Oh, thanks. Nirmal Sahab, all the delegates who are attending this conference. So we come from a country which scores for good and bad things recognized at the top. So we are the most populous country on earth. We have the second largest road network on earth. Given that scale, basically anything that we do, good, bad, will have a substantial impact on earth, right? So therefore, it's extremely important that basically all the steps that we take at least are oriented towards sustainability and greening this earth. So today's convention, starting from basically the conceptualization to the implementation and monitoring till date, our experiences on recycling of pavements. So we'll go through. I structured 5-6 slides to present the magnitude of this problem in front of us, and why this is very important, relevant, for us, and why we should take it very seriously and start implementing from today, if you have not already done as a day-to-day practice. This is not moving. Oh, okay. So it's not moving. So
Reddy, you can take a mic from here and then Reddy.
Yeah.
You can take a mic, stand over there, and then you can keep on seeing over there. And
No, sir. Yeah, that is not.
no issue. It's not
moving actually.
कोई बात नहीं.
So you can take this one.
Over there.
Is this moving now? This light's not going back. Yeah. That's sure. Okay. No, it's not moving. Can you check?
टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस बहुत जरूरी है.
Yeah. No, sir, it's not moving actually.
It's not moving.
Uh-huh. Can you just? Yeah. It's not moving, no? नहीं बैक जाना है ना. This is moving. Okay. So I thought of structuring this under 3 broad heads. Sorry for that disturbance. Sometimes it hits the flow. First and most fundamental question: are our pavements dying young? Unfortunately, the answer for this seems to be yes. So many roads that we have constructed, from my experience in the last 20 years, we have been designing, these roads to last for, anything between 10 to 20 years, and we talk about, perpetual pavements and everything. But what we see is like, from second year, third year onwards, like, basically, we are sealing cracks, we are doing patchwork. So what do we do about, like, basically, these pavements, like, which are, distressing much ahead of, like, basically the schedule. And given that, like, basically, why this recycle and therefore, like, basically the cold recycling is relevant. And if you are doing, CCPR, like, what's the big deal about CCPR? Like, the world has been doing this for years. So therefore, like, if you have done, like, what is the big thing or a great thing that we have done? Fortunately, unfortunately, the science and technology has been evolving for decades, but it always gives a new chance for India to, like, basically reinvent the wheel. Even the dead material in India, seems to behave differently, because of, like, basically various parameters. So we will quickly go through, like, what they are. So coming to, Ghaziabad Aligarh section where we have done this, CCPR, cold central plant recycling. So this project was completed from 2-lane to 4-lane in two parts, one in 2015 and one in 2016. The sellers came to us sometime in 2018 with some people who are there in this room. Like, I was on a site visit. I do not want to explain, like, what I've seen on that road, but the condition of the road was like this. So this was just about 2.5 or 3 years old pavement, completely distressed. If somebody would want to see what alligator cracks looks like, there cannot be any picture better than, like, what we have on the left side. Like, so therefore, full width, full length, it is. And after initial 4 or 5 minutes of the trip, like, I thought, like, so let me see if can I come across 100-meter section where there are no cracks. And at the end, like, we couldn't identify one section, like, basically which did not have cracks. This was the condition of the road. In about 2-3 years, like, the whole road required, like, basically, we did a lot of investigations. We thought, like, we'll do some rehabilitation. But finally, like, the conclusion was we have to, reconstruct this whole thing. Sorry. So moving forward, this is another road. This was a second road, I guess, we acquired sometime in 2016, a section between Mahua and Bharatpur. Story was, very similar. Construction completed in 2009. By 2011, 2012, like, people were started patching. By 2014, everything was, kind of like, basically the way it, it is there on that. So this was our first, CCPR experiment was on this road as a trial we have done. This was in-place recycling, CIPR that we have done. Worked quite well, I should say. Another section, this was our first road. The story of this road is basically, this was before I joined Cube Highways. I was accompanying so many investors, like, who wanted to buy. We traveled half the section and all those investors said, like, we cannot live with this road, like, let's go back. So, we used to go to Jaipur and, by the time we come to Dausa, they said, like, there's no way we can manage this road, let's go home, right? But finally, Cube formed and, we acquired this asset. We have done so many things. Like, we have done an SMA. Recently, yesterday somebody was talking to me, the SMA that we have done on Delhi, Mumbai is completely, like, basically is failing. So therefore, what do we do, like, basically, given this, scenario? So these are the broad questions. So we were looking at what are the broad buckets of parameters which are, resulting in this distress, right? We all know, like, basically, and we discussed this in every meeting, like, the overloading of roads. So we tried to do something in 2008 by, inserting clauses in our toll rules that will penalize overloaded vehicles. Nothing much has changed. The most important, I don't think, like, basically, at this point in time, we have any control on overloading phenomenon on Indian roads. I think we have to take that as an input given and, basically see, like, how we can design and construct our roads. The most important thing which probably the industry does not, understand or does not have a precise information is the top right chart, right? So these are wheel loads distribution. So we at Cube, we designed an AI-enabled camera for automatic traffic counting and classification. And it will give you exactly in half a meter strip, like, how wheel loads are distributed, right? On a 4-lane road, we take a directional distribution. We take, like, about 75% as the main lane. But you can see from wheel load distribution, it's almost like 90% of the load is in one particular lane, right? So That's something like basically probably resulting in in these accelerated failures. The climate is not with us. Last year, or this year rather, basically the air temperature was more than 51 degrees centigrade in NCR, which means we are talking about maybe 75 or 80 pavement temperature. So all of this put together, whatever we do, I think basically there will be failures maybe, right? And of course, to compound all these problems, the way we design, the day we do QC QA also probably is not helping the cause. And therefore, the solution is basically if a road fails, completely, two options that we have, you mill it and throw it off, or basically you reconstruct. This particular road, Ghaziabad Aligarh, I've demonstrated basically the extent of failure that we had seen. Our team along with IIT Chennai, we said let's reconstruct this entire road with cold recycling. Today, basically across 4 sessions, we will take everyone through basically from the design to execution, to quality control, quality assurance, to basically our findings in terms of what is our experience. We've already seen, I guess, 2 cycles, or maybe 2.5 weather cycles, 2.5 years of load. I should say it's working excellent. The 2 cores here, I hope everybody can see this. This is cold recycled cores actually. I think all the intellects who have worked on creating this crust with cold recycling, starting with basically a specially designed emulsions, everything basically I think they need they deserve a big round of applause. I believe firmly that basically this will provide a sustainable solution to addressing the pavements, whether they're failing young because of all the factors that we discussed, or basically when everything becomes all right, basically when they fail in fatigue, basically where they lived their life. I think those are the broad on CCPR. I think we will have basically whole day we will have all these discussions. So before kind of concluding, the other thing that I would want to mention to everyone is basically as part of the 6th learning of this project, we had set a world record. So we were running against time because of land acquisition, because of utilities. Then L&T came and basically they came up with this idea, who were our contractors, we'll do 100 kilometers of surfacing in 100 hours. So we started that. It was a humongous exercise, and we completed, in fact, 112.5 lane kilometers in 100 hours. That was a world record, ensuring basically the quality. I guess the surface on which the people are sitting are probably the CCPR surface, and that's how it looks like. This is I should say, a successful experiment. As an industry leader, we thought we should share our experiences, specifically with NHAI, specifically with ministry and in all the industry, so that basically we take points from here and and make this part of basically our road maintenance exercises for future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for your inspiring words, for highlighting the impact of CCPR and other innovative technologies that are shaping a sustainable future. Your insights truly set the stage for today's discussion. Next, we are honored to have Shri Sanjay Nirmal, Formal Secretary, MoRTH, to address us. Shri Nirmal's experience and expertise have significantly contributed to the advancement of transportation sector in India. Shri Sanjay Kumar Nirmal is the Secretary General of Indian Roads Congress, bringing decades of expertise and leadership to India's premier body for road development. With a career spanning of 3 decades, Shri Nirmal joined the MoRTH, that's Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, in the year 1986, later serving in NHAI as General Manager and Chief General Manager from 2003 to 2010. He concluded his distinguished career at MoRTH as Director General Road Development and Special Secretary. A highly recognized figure in engineering, Shri Nirmal has been honored with numerous awards, including the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru Medal, the Lifetime Achievement Award from Indian Geospatial Society, an Eminent Engineering Personality Award from the Institution of Engineers, Delhi chapter. He also received the prestigious IRC medal from Best Technical Paper in 2019 and in the year 2022. Shri Nirmal is a fellow member of both the Indian Roads Congress and the Institution of Engineers and serves on the Executive Committee of World Road Association in Paris, France, reflecting his ongoing commitment to advancing global road infrastructure and engineering excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shri Sanjay Nirmal ji to the stage with a round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Respected Chairman NHAI, Shri Santosh Kumar Yadav ji, Chairman Cube Highways, Dr. Reddy, delegates, invitees. First of all, I am grateful to Cube Highways for inviting me to this important global convention on CCPR technology. I must compliment Dr. Reddy and his team for implementing CCPR as well as many other sustainable technologies in India, which were, I think they were first in many of these implementation of these technologies. Even the government and IRC was looking to their experience and feedback for preparing some of our standards. In fact, the recycling standard of IRC came in 2015 after you had already implemented it on Mahua Highway. I was also associated with the implementation of this Mahua Highway project. And another technology which SMA you used here, in fact, I was also associated with Kishangarh Ajmer section, where entire road was constructed with SMA way back in 2010-11. So, as you know that IRC and BIS are two standard preparing bodies in India. In fact, there is a broad we have the scope, we are preparing basically for implementing these technologies for road construction, and BIS is preparing standards for material aspect as well as the testing aspects. IRC in last 90 years, they started in 1934, and last 90 years about 300 codes and guidelines have been prepared in IRC, out of which 20 standards and guidelines are dedicated to sustainable and new technologies and environment-friendly technologies. They are working in 26 technical committees are working, and one technical committee is dedicated only for eco-friendly, environment-friendly and technologies for reduction of carbon footprint. I think that is a very important goal which has been set by United Nations, as well as our country also has now a goal for 2050 zero emission. So this particular technology is contributing it significantly for reduction in the carbon footprint. Now coming to recycling, in fact, this is nothing new. This is not a new concept. When I joined Ministry of Road Transport in 1986, that is 38 years back, the first task I was given during my orientation program was to discuss with the DG, then DG and others, officers, what is recycling. In October 1985 itself, Ministry of Road Transport had brought out a detailed guideline and tentative specifications for recycling. It was a very broad, detailed guideline. And in 86, we were discussing this aspect, that how to do recycling in our pavement. And that time we had a chief engineer, Mr. R.K. Saxena. He was very dynamic and standard and research he was looking after in ministry. And I was working, then I was posted in regional office Jaipur. Then I was asked by him that why don't you start implementing in Rajasthan this recycling. So under periodic renewal work, I sanctioned 10 kilometers on Jaipur-Delhi highway, that is beyond Kotputli to Jaipur section. And there was only one contractor, Atlanta was having only the machine. So he wanted feedback from me that once you do this, complete this work, let us have the feedback about the quality of work, about the cost aspect and every aspect, and we found that it is costlier, much costlier than the normal conventional work which I will do with the normal plant and machinery. And because of the, very few works were there, so the cost was coming enormously high. And nobody was taking up this technology further. And then scattered somewhere, though ministry was issuing circular to circular that this is a very effective technology. Why don't you try? In fact, you find every 4 or 5 years there are circulars coming on recycling. But the technology became popular only after it was streamlined. And when IRC published the guideline, that is IRC 120 on recycling of bituminous mixes. And there we had some cap on the maximum use of RAP in this, that is 30 to 50% maximum we can use. Though industry was pursuing with IRC that why don't you increase this RAP percentage based on the feedback which we have received. And in fact, we wrote to all the implementing agency, why don't you provide us feedback, what percentage you have used, and whether it is, effectively working or not. Because we also know that now when we have a huge road development program in the country, and there is a huge scarcity of resources, particularly bituminous resources, more than 90% of the road in India are flexible pavement. So we must see that how to optimize our use of resources, particularly this bitumen aggregates all, and RAP. Utilization of RAP is a very important element in that. So in spite of that, they were not coming forward. After this publication, I think a lot of work has been done in recycling, and in this code we have specified that all the kind of recycling technology, that hot mix or cold mix, then in situ or in plant, central plant, all the kind of recycling technologies have been given. And after that, we have prepared now in 2022 another code, that is IRC 135, that is talking about the manual for bituminous mixes, design of bituminous mixes, and there we have dedicated one chapter on design aspect of RAP. So I think there is a need now that after, say, more than 10 years of the earlier code, recycling code, and then this feedback, we need to review this, our earlier code on recycling, but I am looking forward for the feedback from the industry. And I think the project which you have mentioned, that Ghaziabad, Aligarh, and 90% RAP you have used, though we were very apprehensive about that, because the consistency of the RAP quality is a very important element, and there are other challenges before we implement this into the code. Now another aspect is that the specification also is under revision, and there also there were suggestions that why don't we increase. There is a chapter on recycling in the specification book, that 6th revision which is under finalization. So there we want to have the feedback. I think the today's seminar, which we will be discussing about various aspects, right from the design, then implementation, quality control, and we have the international experience, we have from the academics the experience. I think this will be very useful when we review this code. And sustainability is a very, very important element, and the entire world is working on that. And this is one of the most important technology, but there are other technologies also. As I told you, there are about 20 codes from IRC which are dealing with this aspect. Even warm mix, the first code was published in 2014, but hardly there is any feedback. Hardly there are 1 or 2 projects which we see, and I expect that cube highways should come. In fact, today morning also I was discussing with Arpan that why don't you implement this? Warm mix also is a very important technology where we can use and show that how much of carbon footprint we can reduce, and there are other technologies also. So I expect that cube highways, which have been the leader in this field, they should come out with many such feedback in the new technologies which are only on the codes and not in the ground. So today's conference should be very useful for us, particularly because I am chairing this flexible payment committee of IRC. So we are looking forward for revision of this particular code, as well as any new idea which come up during that course of discussion. We will be very happy to get the conclusion from based on the today's seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and guidance. I'm sure your experience and expertise will help us in contributing towards the advancement of transportation infrastructure in India. Our next distinguished speaker is Shri Santosh Kumar Yadav, Chairman of NHAI. Sir has been instrumental in spearheading transformative projects across the nation. Shri Santosh Kumar Yadav, an IAS officer of 1995 batch, took charge as the chairman NHAI with effect from 2nd Jan 2023. Prior to joining as chairman NHAI, Shri Yadav served as an additional secretary, Ministry of Education, Government of India. He joined the IAS in 1995 and served in various positions in Government of UP, Government of India. He has been involved in policy making and decisions in various sectors like human resource development, administration, personnel, finance, agriculture, public administration, and urban transport technologies. In a career spanning of over 27 years, he has handled several key assignments at the center, state, and local levels. As vice chairman and later as the chairman of Ghaziabad Development Authority during the year 2012 to 2015, he conceived and implemented several infrastructure projects. He held the position of CEO of Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority in the year 2015 and was managing director of Noida Metro Rail Corporation in 2017. He holds a BTech in civil engineering from IIT Roorkee and MTech from IIT Delhi. Please join me in welcoming Shri Yadav with a huge round of applause.
Nirmal ji, Reddy Sahab, the whole Cube Highway fraternity present over here, stakeholders and dear attendees, from bottom of my heart, I am expressing my gratitude to this team of Mr. Reddy, because for the past 1 year, when I'm more deep into highway, because once you start your journey in a sector, 4-5 months goes back like you are searching here and there. I'm seeing the contribution of Cube Highways to National Highway Authority Set of India. We do lots of capacity building sessions, and quite often we keep on calling Mr. Reddy, Mr. Bowen is over here and their team to build the capacity of the good work you are doing across all the stakeholders of NHAI, which means our project directors, our authority engineers, even the concessionaires, headquarter officers, even journalists like me. So, very big thanks to your team. And this implementation of CCPR technology, definitely 534 lane kilometers, 5 lakh metric tons of recycled material. It's a humongous task. Got a world record. Made proud you yourself and your team as well as NHAI as a whole, as a Ministry of Road Transport as a whole, in fraternity across the world. We got known that we can do it. I must appreciate the team, the engineers, the contractors, the policymakers and technology experts who all collaborated together. They all collaborated together and made this realize, this milestone, and they could set a precedent for future. I have been told by the team, by this effort, 78,000 ton of CO2 carbon dioxide, it has been reduced. So success of this technology in a way demonstrates our commitment of nation, that we'll go ahead with our development need. At the same time, we will not compromise environment. So this is the Hindi word is Sangam. Development, just I am telling you, I appeared for IS 2 times, right? The first time when I appeared, the question, the interview marks carry 300 marks. So the first, I was pretty young. The chairman of interview committee asked Mr. Yadav, you just tell me the kind of content. I'm just telling it it was year 93. They said, should environment really be a concern for India? I mean, immediately I blurted it out. I said, sir, it should not be. Because as a nation, we need growth. We need growth, we need to feed teeming millions. Not that he gave me 75 out of 300, I couldn't qualify for IAS that time. But I was wrong. You learn from the experience. You cannot feel nations good, consume resources at the cost of your future generation. You cannot. We have 1.50 lakh kilometers of national highway network. We are growing by 7%. GDP is growing by 7%. And there is lots of demands of highways. We are creating around 11,000 kilometers of highway network, not lane kilometers. If you multiply it by 4.2, it means close to 50,000 lane kilometers every year we are creating, and we'll keep on creating for next decade or so. Every year now we have been tasked to construct 4,000 kilometers of high-speed networks. So, if I am to create this much of highway, and I use traditional technologies, traditional maintenance practices, then I'll guzzle lots of resources, lots of natural resources. What will happen to environment? So, technologies like this, they bring a hope. They set a way forward. So that's why I said today, though I am pretty committed. Its parliament is on. I have to rush to the parliament. I said I'll make it. I'll make it because this is something what is not only NHAI, future of nations at stake, how to move forward. Friends, I do understand when you implement technologies like this, new age technologies, then two aspects, quality control and quality assurance. They need to be stringently followed. If they are not followed, however good the technology is, if they are not followed, it will fail in the field, and eventually this will remain in files, they will not be in practice. So what is important? Important is quality control protocols, be it material testing, be it mixed design, be it on-site inspections. They must be rigorously followed. Quality assurance practices. We need to make SOPs. At the same time, independent audit, independent certification, these all to be followed, and everybody. What we do, we create lots of technologies. But where we fail, to me, with 27 years experience of my job says, we are not able to tell people at the ground how to do it. When I travel on the national highways, you travel on the national highways, you see whenever there comes an expansion joint here. No concession saves even a single paisa in that creating expansion joint. But there are a few concessions of whose construction joint is good quality, rest 60-70%. You do not save the money. So what is it that we are not able to? We do make SOPs, but the person who will execute it on the ground, the quality supervisor, we are not able to convince him. We are not able to tell him, what is it, how to implement it. We are not able to create, cartoon videos. Look, this is how you have to do it. So once I requested Mr. Reddy, please make me few cartoon videos of the practices you do, so that I host it on NHAI website. I tell it down the line in the field. I tell it at the project site. I'll show it when the workers go for siesta in the evening. I'll display at their campsite, so that the word is dissemination. How I am able to disseminate it. So my request is this, and the big role of his is PMC. For us, authority engineers. They are the one who are a bridge between me and how this technology will be transacted. So, friends, to me, today's this CCPR convention, I am looking as a vital capacity building exercise, not only for NHAI, for everybody who is watching this. Mr. Reddy, all my ROs, my RPDs, everybody in the front of the field across the country, they are glued to it. They are whole day, they'll be watching it, they'll enriching it. So far as NHAI is concerned, whosoever, we know that NHAI per se, our role is, if we test a technology, lots of institutions in the country, state PWs, other departments, they look up to us, they follow us. So we know the role that unless until we pilot any technology and we demonstrate its usability, others will not follow. So we are in a way, big way. We are going to in a big way in bamboo crash barrier. Other steel ministry said that we produce lots of steel slags. We are piloting it on some of our highways. Fertilizer ministry said that lots of their fertilizer waste and residue is there. We are piloting on some of stretches. Once this is successful, so we'll roll out in a big way. So what I'm trying to say, NHAI per se is very upbeat, very positive about innovations, research and partnership. We in NHAI reaffirm our faith, commitment that we'll embrace all the new technologies and all these the experience which comes through collaborations, so that we can make world-class highways and make nation good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your vision and for reinforcing the importance of innovative and sustainable practices in infrastructure development. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the most important moment of Global Convention of CCPR, for which we all have been waiting. We arrived towards the coffee table book launch. Ladies and gentlemen, Cube Highways has recently achieved a monumental milestone by creating a world record of laying 112.5 lane kilometers in just 100 hours. Can we have a huge round of applause? To commemorate this extraordinary achievement, we are proud to unveil our special coffee table book. This book is not just a record of our accomplishment, but a testament to relentless efforts of our teams and partners. Let's have a big round of applause for this remarkable achievement. And now I invite our distinguished guests to join us on stage. Please. Please put your hands together. Very heartiest congratulations to each one of us for achieving this milestone of world record of laying 112.8 kilometers in just 100 hours. Once again, I congratulate Cube Highways for achieving this monumental milestone. I now request our distinguished guests to please stay on the stage for a photo opportunity to mark this special occasion. Thank you, everyone. We are truly honored by your presence. As a token of gratitude, we would like to present mementos to our esteemed guests for their valuable contributions and presence here today. I would once again request Dr. Reddy to please join us on stage, and also I request our distinguished speakers to please join us. First of all, I would like to invite Shri Santosh Kumar Yadav, Chairman NHAI. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Thank you very much, sir. Now I invite Shri Sanjay Nirmal, Formal Secretary, MoRTH. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Thank you, sir. Additionally, I invite Mr. Boven Kumar, CEO, Cube Highways, to present a memento to Dr. Reddy as a mark of our appreciation for his leadership. Thank you so much, Boven sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Reddy. Thank you to all our dignitaries for gracing this occasion and sharing your wisdom with us.